I just want to thank, first of all, Jacqueline for being our Zoom guru. She helps out with the technical stuff and getting us kind of together so we can do this. But folks, welcome. My name's Joe Muccioli. I am the artistic director of the Jazz Arts Project, a nonprofit organization that brings various jazz events and some educational programs to this area. Anyway, today is we've been doing these Mondays with Mooch soirees on Zoom, and we've had various guests, jazz musicians, and so on. We've been enjoying these during this during these stay-at-home kind of evenings, and this is a special one tonight where we are honoring the 6 graduating seniors that were included in our Jazz Arts Academy program. The Jazz Arts Academy program is essentially a training program for students who have an interest in jazz. We'll talk more about that, I think, as we go on. But what I'd like to do first is share the graduation video we put together specifically for these graduating seniors. So if you bear with me for a second, I would like to be able to share this video. See if I do this right, Jacqueline. Are we good? Give me a thumbs up if it's working. This evening, we are here to honor 6 very talented young adults from our Jazz Arts Academy program. These are the graduating seniors for the year 2020. This has been a tough year for all of us. I thought we should send them off with something that is at least close to a traditional graduation. So what you were about to see and hear was performed by a flash mob of peers, music students from all over the country. I honestly don't know any of them, but all I'm going to say is keep an eye out for the girl in the bathtub. So there you go.
Wow.
It's something we put together. Wait, I think I have to unpin my screen. Um, something we something we put together for the kids, and I just want to run through their names once more. Our graduating seniors: Matt Cyktor. I'm hoping these guys are here because we're gonna want to hear from them a little later. Frank Dibari, Ben Fig. Ben's got a cheering squad. David David Grant, Joe Rinaldi, Melisa Uyar, and there you go. Those are the graduating seniors for this year. We're going to get a chance to talk to them in a little bit, but I do want to introduce a celebrity in the mix, someone who I've had a chance to work with. He graced our stages at the Count Basie Theater in one of our presentations a few years back with Wycliffe Gordon. And it was a great concert, and I got to tell you, that place never grooved so much before. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bernard Purdie.
Thank you.
Where'd he go? There he is. How you doing, Bernie?
Pretty good.
You know, for those of you who don't know, Bernard is probably the most recorded drummer in the world, in history. And I don't think that's a lie or an exaggeration. He's worked with literally everybody from, the Beatles to Aretha Franklin to you name it. So welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So I'm curious, do you have anything, words of wisdom to say to our graduates here?
Yes.
Go for it.
Oh, okay. Well, you've actually done the very first thing, which is the original part of graduating. From here, it's only, and it's like not only uphill, but you're going to move literally forward. That is the best part of what you have done. Your graduating part this is something that no one can take from you. You've earned it, you deserve it, and you will move forward. You just got to remember, no matter what you do, whatever you decide to do, it is a forward motion. So be thankful, be grateful, and never underestimate what you can do, because you got a lot of people behind you that are working to help make things happen for you and all of you. I'm just very glad and very happy that I had a little bit, just a little bit in it to help out. And you can call on me at any time. I'll be glad to speak my mind, speak my little piece with you, and just to keep you motivated so you can continue doing what you need to do. Play music.
There you go. Well, very well said.
Thank you. So nice.
Bernie, what
Oh,
you do, what you don't get it wrong, what you do is no small feat at all. What you've given to these kids on a few occasions that you've been with them, certainly for Ben, who you've spent more time with, but even you played once down at Asbury Park with our kids, and
mm-hmm.
that was a real eye opener for them as well. So it's nothing small. It's in fact it's kind of what our organization is based on. It's based on utilizing the great talents of great musicians to mentor the kids that we're having our program. So I thank you for that, absolutely. And
Well-
we're gonna soon enough. We're gonna get you on a stage again.
It'll really be my plasma.
Yeah, that's very, very funny and appropriate. So if you don't mind, if you'll indulge me, I'd like to play a little clip of you playing something that I came
Well-
across that I thought would be kind of cool to share. Is that all right with you?
Sure.
All right, here we go, folks. It's going to be self-explanatory. It's this
Okay.
one. Let's figure out. There it is.
This is my favorite one.
Mine too.
Oh,
My favorite one.
I edited a little too for time, so don't worry.
well,
Take it away.
Did anybody hear this?
Yes.
oh yes.
Yeah. This song is called Tighten Up. That's Mr. Chuck Rainey on the bass. Mr. David T. Walker on the guitar. Mr. Sonny Phillips on the organ. Mr. Pancho Morales on conga. Mr. Lou Donaldson on alto. Mr. Virgil Jones on trumpet. My little brother, Bill Bivens on tenor. Now we're just gonna groove. All right now. Tighten up, baby. Oh, la 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 la. Hey. Tighten up. Tighten up, baby.
Yes.
Mr. David T. Walker.
what's happening. Everybody.
Mr. Lou Donald.
You're beautiful.
Mr. Virgil Jones.
There you go.
Oh.
That was great.
Well, thank you.
That was fantastic. One of my favorites for sure.
Well, that's actually one of my all-time favorite as well.
Where was that?
I was in Japan.
There you go.
Yeah.
Virgil. I haven't seen him in a long time.
No, well, I'm sorry to say that we lost him.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, a few years ago. But he just did a fantastic job. He really did.
Sure.
And I was pleased. I was very pleased. And Chuck Rainey having a birthday in 2 days.
How about that?
Yeah.
You know, we had Rodham Schwartz on the show last week, and he talked
You
all
did?
about the Hammond B3 organ. So
Oh,
for those of you paying attention, there was a Hammond right on that stage.
that's right. I had a Hammond. It was one of the things that I went around the world with doing the Hammond B3 for about 15 years because everybody did not want a big, lavish band. So it worked out for me
Yeah.
from a trio right on up to 8 to 10 piece. But I'm very, very happy. I'm extremely happy because I never gave up on being able to have what I wanted being on the road. I've had every size band. I've had the trio up to a 18 piece for myself. And then I've had where I've been and had a 110 piece orchestra
Yeah.
with Galt McDermott. Yes.
Oh, Galt McDermott, really?
We had that in Canada with a 60 piece choir. The strings, horns, everything, background singers. It turned out to be a 110 piece orchestra.
Right. That's great.
Yes.
That's the way to go. I hope we'll get back to that kind of thing too.
Well, so would I. I would love to do it every once in a while now because it takes time.
Sure.
But when you have a band that size, you have to think. You got to think multi, but you got to think in. It's like we do patches. The rhythm section has to carry everybody. The main thing is stay with the feel, keep with a positive attitude, and you'll never ever go wrong. Because everybody, and I mean literally everybody, gets the chance and opportunity when you do that. Because my job is to keep everybody happy, no matter what. That is my job. Solo work, there's nothing wrong with solo work, but my solo is to blend everybody into what they're doing. Give them, give them the feel so they have a very positive attitude about what they play, how they play, and what's going on. Then I've done my job. And I will always feel that that's what I'm supposed to do. So it has worked for me for that many years.
There you go. And you certainly have done your job and continue to do so. Why don't we talk to some of the students and see what they're doing and where they're headed? Matt Cyktor, are you around? I'm going in alphabetical order by last name. So Matt is first up. If you unmute yourself,
Hello.
don't be shy.
Is my mic working good?
There you go. Good. How's it going?
Not too bad. Everything could be better, but that's just how it is.
Yeah, of course. You know, the first thing I noticed when I saw these kids on the Zoom was we all need the haircuts. That's the first thing I noticed.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. This
Right.
is too much.
But the other thing, you know, we're all home for a long time now. There's no reason why we shouldn't be practicing our butts off, right? And learning more and more new skills and listening to more and more music. What's in your future, Matt? Where are you going? Where are you headed?
Well, I'm going to college at TCNJ to become a psychology major. Is that well, I'm obviously going to continue playing saxophone. I'm going to try and get some gigs there.
TCNJ.
Yep.
What is that?
It used to be Trenton State. I think it's
Technical college or something? Or teachers college? Is that
the
what
College
it is?
of New Jersey.
College of New Jersey. The College of New Jersey. TCNJ. Got it. Well, cool. Best of luck to you.
Thank you so much.
Any questions from you?
I don't think so. I'm just
All right. I hope you're practicing. And I hope you keep music. I hope you keep music in your heart as well for forever. Cool.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Frank Dibari. Are you up?
Joe, how you
There
doing?
you go. How you doing, Frank?
I'm doing great.
Practicing?
When I can.
When you
have
can.
too much
Come on.
schoolwork.
You still have schoolwork?
Not anymore, so I'm going to be able to practice.
Okay, there you go.
I've been practicing the saxophone and the clarinet during this whole time.
Cool. Where are you headed?
Next year, I'm going to be going to Brookdale Community College to study music. I'm going to start there, and then hopefully maybe in 2 years try and go to a 4-year school and continue my education.
That's great. What are your goals for music in your future? I mean, you want to teach, you want to perform, what?
I want to teach music, but I still want to perform. I want to give split up. I want to still perform in jazz bands, but I do want to do teaching.
Sure, that's great. Bernie, feel free to come on in and talk to the kids as well. I can fumble all over my words, but feel free to cut in if you want to talk to the guys.
Well, right now, you're doing a nice job. My thing is, no matter what you decide, if you feel uncomfortable about what you're doing and you know that you have to have another, as they call job, also your music is your job, but you got to work at it in order to make it work for you and for anybody else that you're working with. That's part of the really growing part of playing and doing music. And if you're going to teach it, do yourself a favor. Make sure that you follow your own rules. Everybody can't be a teacher. Everybody can't always be a player. Sometimes you can't have both to be exceptional. But always think on the positive side of what you're doing, and nobody can take that from you because it's going to work, and everybody's going to tell you. They're going to tell you by your phone ringing, they need you, be here, be there, and you get paid.
There you go.
It does work.
All right. So next up is Mr. Ben Fig. Ben Fig. Are you around?
How you doing?
I made him get that. I made him have that stage name. What do you think?
Well, I wasn't. It took me a while to warm up to it, but after enough mispronunciations of my last name, I just figured out I'd cut out the last two syllables, and
there you go.
For everybody.
It'll look much better on the drum head,
Yeah, exactly.
Ben's our drummer. I may have forgotten to say, but our first student we talked to, Matt, was a tenor sax player, and at some point he played bari sax with us, as I remember. And Frank is a alto sax player, and Ben is our drummer.
We know that.
You guys know that.
We know that. You're a very fine drummer too.
Thank you.
All right. Love you.
What's in the offing, Ben?
Yeah, just playing and teaching myself how to edit videos at the last second, and
Well, let's not be modest. First of all, I don't know what you've decided. You may not have decided to go here, but I know that you got a substantial scholarship to attend. Was it the New School?
That's right. I got into the New School, but I decided to hold off.
We talked about it, and I think that's a good decision for now, since the universities are not even really opening up classes in person. They're doing virtual classes. So I think it's a good thing to hang out and practice and gig as much as you can, and then start college when they can open up.
Yeah, I mean, my year's kind of been messed up, so whenever I can start working again, that'd be cool. And start playing again, start going to classes, not over the computer, save myself some video editing time with these concerts.
Right.
That's absolutely superb. And I'll still be behind you.
Thank you.
Okay.
There you go. That's wonderful. One of the things that I thought about this pandemic, and we're all pretty much shut in for months now, is we probably are all going to come out of this with A, needing a haircut, but B, a lot of new skills. I got a feeling that we got this time where, I've been cooking up a storm, for example. I'm learning some stuff about video editing, and like Ben is as well. We're all going to come out with some crazy new skills because we're home and there's nothing else to do, right? So we learn.
There's always something to do.
Yeah.
You just have to make up your mind if that's what you want to do.
Also true.
Okay.
There you go.
And
All
also, that Ben is at Berkeley School of Music summer program.
That's right.
Good.
Also on full scholarship to the Berkeley College of Music summer program that starts next week or something?
Starts on July 11th. So
July 11th. Okay.
That's phenomenal. Phenomenal. Good for you.
Of course, that's virtual.
Yeah, my summer was pretty messed up. Kind of threw a wrench in my my summer plans there. Could have had the summer in Boston. That would have been cool.
All right. You'll still be able to go to Boston.
That's right.
They'll figure things out.
Yeah. At some point, you're going to gig in Boston and get paid for it too.
Yes.
All right. How about David Grant, another tenor player? Is he here?
How you doing?
Hey, David. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. Where are you headed?
I'm going to Gettysburg College, the Sunderman Conservatory of Music.
So which college?
Gettysburg.
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 Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's a good school.
Thank you.
Specifically for music performance or what?
For composition.
Composition.
Composition. Yeah. Because they're always looking for people with skills. Composition.
We need writers.
Yeah.
1,000% there. Go ahead.
Do you have some compositions that you've completed and are happy with at the moment?
My stuff, auditions. When I decided to go for composition, I really hadn't known that long in advance that that's what I wanted to do. So some of the actual complete works I had to do were just for my portfolio for my audition. But I was happy with some of them.
Is it geared to jazz composition or classical or what?
I made sure that wherever I went, it wasn't strict either way. It's not strict jazz or strict classical. It's just writing in general, all sorts of different styles.
Okay, great. So, where do you expect to go with composition? In other words, do you have a goal in terms of what you want to write for? Do you want to write for movies? You want to write for orchestras? What?
I'm not really sure yet what I want to do. I'm pretty open in my ideas of what I'm gonna go for. I'm just not sure yet.
Okay. Well, explore everything.
Yeah.
And take every opportunity you can to write.
Yeah, I will.
And as a composition major, the other thing, you can school yourself on. You can get an entire education just studying other composers' music. I mean, getting really deep into it and studying it, right?
Yeah.
So, start taking apart Ellington's scores. They're fascinating and loaded with great stuff.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Just to add to that, in today's market, composition has become a very, very stiff competition because you take keyboard and you can almost write, especially for commercials. Right now, the commercial industry is hot for composers. You don't have to be great, but you got to be able to give them what they want now.
Yeah.
So it's a really, really good composition for itself.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's go to Joe Rinaldi. Is he here? Are you here, Joe?
Hi, how are you?
Hey, Joe. Joe's our guitar player.
Pretty good. How are you?
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Where are you headed?
Oh, so I'm going to be going to the Mason Gross School of the Arts at Rutgers University this fall.
Great. Who are you going to study with there?
Oh, Dave Stryker for jazz studies for guitar.
Great. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Excellent.
What is it about jazz that speaks to you?
Well, I really enjoy like how expressive it is compared to like other forms of music. And like, you know, like how technical it is and like how you can take like the techniques that you learn and then put it into other genres of music.
That's great. You know why I asked you that, right?
Why?
Because Joe, you came from a background of pretty much rock and roll.
Yeah.
So you were a rock and roller, and suddenly somehow you heard jazz at some point, and it must have like, you know, hard left turn, right?
Yeah.
He even bought a hollow body guitar.
Yeah, but like, you know, like my dad was big into fusion and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I finally got one of those.
And what do you hope to do in the future with it?
To be like playing, gigging, doing like private lessons, and doing some studio work.
Yeah. Bernie's got that covered. he's the guy in the studio.
Yes, he is. And one of the main reasons why?
Sounds good.
The main reason is that rhythm. He gives you rhythm first. Don't worry about thinking in terms of solo. Rhythm is your biggest key, and it'll give you the all around people that you can work with in any language, any place in the world. You play rhythm, you'll be working constantly. Solo work is something that happens. You can become a master at it, but take your time to do it. Let that rhythm section blend. That's how you work all the time. It gives you everything, and I mean literally everything, and it will actually carry you the rest of your life. You'll never be out of work. Rhythm with the guitar is that is the best.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That's from a man who knows groove. And who knows how. Great, Joe. Best of luck for that.
Thank you so much.
And, you know, of course, we're always here also, right?
Yep.
To all you guys, you know, I hope you guys come back and visit the Academy once in a while and, you know, bring some skills back to us that maybe you can pass on to the future generation, right?
Of course.
Let's go to Melisa. Melisa Uyar. Are we there?
Hi.
There she is.
I'm here.
There you are.
I will be going to the University of Vermont to study computer science, and they have like a big, like they call it the University Jazz Ensemble, so I'm hoping to join that once I get there. We will be in person in the fall, so hopefully I'll get to join.
You'll be in person really in the fall?
Yeah.
That's terrific.
And then we're like
Vermont.
ending early.
Vermont's just a beautiful place. And I
Sure
did.
is.
I told you I hooked you up with the director there, And
Yeah.
Bernie, I don't know if you know Ray Vega.
I sure do.
Well, he's the trumpet teacher up there. So Melissa's probably going to be studying with him.
Excellent. Excellent.
Thank you.
So best of luck. And let me ask you the same question. What was it about jazz that brought you around?
I'm not sure. I like joined the jazz band at my school and I really enjoyed it, and learning about just different like soloists and the history of jazz. I really enjoyed it, and this program was really fun. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So the key is listen. Just listen to as much jazz as you possibly can. Speaking of your school, who was it at your school that introduced you to all this great music?
It was Mr. Lorelli. Thank you so much.
Mr. Zach Lorelli, I think, is here with us.
Of course.
Why don't you come on, Zach? Come on and say a few words.
Well, we're very proud of everybody. I'm very proud of you, Melisa.
Also, Zach is also a drummer, by the way. We have too many drummers online right now.
Hey, what can I tell you?
Of course, I got into drumming watching Mr. Purdie on YouTube, actually. I used to watch those Purdie Shuffle videos all the time on YouTube. It's like, seriously, some of the first videos I saw when I was getting into drumming. So it's really amazing.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, it's really cool.
The Purdie Shuffle. There you go.
Yeah.
Zach had been helping us out with the academy now this past year, and I hope he's will be willing to continue that with us.
Of course. It's been really a pleasure.
Cool.
And I learned so much from watching Brandon too.
Yeah.
And it's really, really a pleasure, and it's great. Bringing back what Brandon says to the school too, back to Rumson Fairhaven is great.
I did invite Brandon. I don't know if he's here. I don't see him yet. But
well, it's okay.
I appreciate your input, Zach, for sure.
Of course.
And in fact, I got to talk to you because we're trying to plan some things for the summer session. Believe it or not.
Yep.
So
looking like it's going to be online.
It's going to be online. People are, saying that we should really culminate maybe in a week live at the end of August or something.
Yep.
But I think that's still up in the air. We'll see how it goes.
Sure.
How is your high school that you teach in? Is that going to be opening up in September, as far as you know?
As far as I know, we're opening up in September. I don't know. I know with like the choral stuff and people singing and their voices projecting, it's not the best case scenario.
Right.
For the pandemic, but for all I know is that the school is opening back up, and then I'm done teaching on the 18th, so in 3 days I'm done. Start my summer vacation.
Okay. Great.
Mhm.
It's funny. I didn't even realize the schools are like still in session. But
I'm teaching.
But here at the Jazz Arts Academy, we have our graduation tonight. So hey, Brandon just came in.
He sure did.
Brandon McCune, ladies and gentlemen, our instructor of note. Bernie Purdie's on board with us, and Zach Lorelli, and all of our seniors.
Well, all right. It's a party.
It is a party. So, you know what I'd like to do at this point, Brandon? I'm glad you're here to witness this. The kids put together a little video of a tune, and aside from Zoom glitches and latency issues, it came out pretty good. So Ben, do you want to introduce it and play it?
Yeah, absolutely. So
by the way, Ben did the video editing and the sound editing on it as well.
Yeah, well, one thing I've learned from necessity and this interesting time we live in now is if I want to keep playing with people, I have to teach myself how to edit videos, which has been a little rocky, you know. But I figured it out to an extent enough to put some little things together.
Before you go on, let's just talk about that for a second, because many people may not realize that in order to play together online, because every computer is different, every bandwidth is different, there's something called latency, which means that it's impossible to sync up, to be on the same beat essentially as everybody else. So you can't literally play together. So every individual person has to record their own sound, their own part, and then what Ben's talking about, he takes it all and then edits it all together, and to come up with this video.
Yeah, that's right. And one of the unique things about jazz is how interactive it is. So when you're doing this in a virtual format, it isn't exactly as interactive. So after we recorded it, some of our rhythm section redid their parts so they could have some more of that interaction. And
so it's faux interaction.
Yeah, pseudo interaction and
pseudo.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. The tune we played is Midtown Blues by Lee Morgan, and it includes me along with all our seniors, and as well as Paul, bass player Reinhold, and player Kenneth are not seniors tonight. So yeah, I'm gonna share my screen here.
Be sure to share the audio with it. So Ben, I know we had two that aren't not quite seniors helping out on that.
That's right. Our piano player Kenneth Blake and our bass player Paul Reinhold helped out on that one.
Yeah, they did great. So hopefully, next year it'll be their year to shine. Certainly. Thanks, Kenny. Thanks, Paul. Folks, I just want to introduce our development director, Carmen Ballentine, to say a few words at this point.
Hey, good evening, everybody. This has been a great show. Congratulations to all the graduates. Sounds like some wonderful things you guys are doing. So awesome. Great video there, Ben. Wonderful music. So we just want to say, keep the music playing, keep it going. You got some great, wonderful advice from Purdie here. And just want to say thank you guys so much. And in order to keep the music going, we need your support. So we just want to say, look in the chat room, jazzartsproject.org/give. Consider making a donation in honor of our graduates tonight. And again, congratulations.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, Carmen.
Hey, can I say something? Like, I'd love to say a big thank you to Brandon McCune. Brandon, you are just the most amazing instructor and person that could ever have been working with the Jazz Arts Project. You've been such a great influence on these kids, and the parents appreciate you.
Certainly, listen, it has been an honor and a pleasure working with them. They, everyone knows this music isn't easy. This is something that you have to give of yourself. You have to give of your energy, your attention, your listening, your time to practice. And, for young people who are serious about the music, there's no better thing that I could be doing as a musician than passing that information on. So I'm proud of, and then stepping up and then making, virtual bands and creating trios and gigs for themselves. Listen, I'm just, there's not really many words I can say, but I'm grateful to be a part of what's going on here.
Bernie, do you and Brandon know each other?
I know of Brandon, yes.
Yeah, we've never really worked together before, but
right.
Yeah,
we should
certainly
make that happen.
Yeah,
it would be a hell of a mix there.
Well, it certainly would be my plasma to work with him.
Yeah, let's make that. Let's make it happen.
I might be able to. I might be able to do an outdoor park thing sometime in August with you guys.
Okay.
How's that sound?
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. That's great. Does anybody have any questions for any of us, the students or Bernie or Brandon? Don't ask me. I don't know anything.
Oh, boy.
Anything.
Joe, can I say something to you?
Hi, Liz.
You're amazing. You have managed to reinvent yourself during this COVID crisis to create a graduation for our kids, and we are very, very thankful for your involvement in their lives, your mentorship, for keeping the Jazz Arts Academy alive in a time where it's nearly impossible for jazz musicians to get together and create music. So thank you for what you're doing to present these Mondays with Mooch and tonight's graduation. And anyone out there that's watching, these kids, if you're a parent, if you know of a younger kid that would like to get involved once the world reopens, that's a musician, Joe would love to have you, and we'd love to see the Academy continue. And so anybody that wants to remember that this is a nonprofit, please remember they also need money to pay the professionals so that they can mentor our kids. That's all.
Thanks so much, Liz. Liz is a star mom, I have
Absolutely.
to say.
I wanted to sing her praises. I love her energy. She has, and as a parent, backing Ben up and making sure he gets places, and with her busy schedule, it's an honor to know you, Liz. And I think you are just an amazing, beautiful heart and soul. And thank you for all you've done. You're just, you're like the spark that just lights the fire. And I'm honored to be your friend.
I love you, Celia. Thank you so much for coming tonight to this graduation.
Oh, and I brought my COVID hair. Do you like it?
You know, I second all that.
I just had my hair cut 2 days ago.
I second all that Celia said.
Oh,
and
well, I gotta start looking good, you know.
We're talking about Liz.
Oh.
and I have to remind everybody, or maybe let people know, that, you know, a few years ago I had a little bit of a health issue, ended up in the hospital under weird circumstances. In any case, Liz was one of a few parents that took charge and helped us keep the academy going during that whole time. So I really appreciate that.
Oh, hey.
She's a beautiful spirit. We love you, Liz.
Absolutely.
Joe, don't you have a surprise?
Oh,
Don't you have a surprise,
right.
Joe?
Thank you, Carmen. Thank you. I almost forgot.
Speaking of,
our board of directors and myself of the Jazz Arts Project have decided to award each of the graduating seniors a $100 stipend as a gift as they're going into the college. You know, they can they'll need money for, you know, if nothing else, drumsticks and reeds and books and all that stuff. So each of them will receive $100 honorarium from the Jazz Arts Project.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. Beautiful. Yes.
And also, I can tell you that next week we're going to try to continue this Mondays with Mooch each week. And next week I have as a guest we have Joe Locke, the great vibraphonist, Joe Locke.
Yes.
You know him, Bernie, right?
I sure do. I had opportunity to work with him.
There you go.
There he goes. Right. Yeah, he's good. He is good.
Yeah, he's like ridiculously good.
Yes.
So I'll come on by next week and say hi.
Oh, okay.
I'll set you up. Don't worry.
I'm sure Joe will get a kick out of it for sure.
All right.
Any other questions or comments, folks?
Thank you so much for everything that this program has done. You know, it's really opened me up to so many different, you know, aspects of music I never thought. So thank you so much for everything that, you know, all the instructors and everyone here does. Thank you so much, guys.
Wow, that's great. Thanks, Joe. We really enjoyed your playing, like, throughout for the whole time.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much for everything. And I loved like playing with a big group of people that all shared like this love for jazz. So thank you, like Joe said.
Thank you, Melissa.
Yeah, thank you all. Thank all the instructors. It's jazz has been a huge help with getting me interested in jazz and getting me farther down the road with it. And all you guys have been amazing.
I gotta
Thanks, David.
I gotta fourth that, definitely. Thank you so much, Joe, for making it possible, and of course, you know, gotta plug Brandon again. It's stuff we got going here, Joe. You know how to pick out the right people.
I try.
Joe.
Doing a good job.
So,
Joe.
Is Brandon still here?
Yeah.
There you go.
Still here.
There you go. I said before, I think before you came on, it's funny that, you know, like, seems like everybody needs a haircut. It's one of the things I notice.
Well,
but Bernie, you're still looking
haircut.
sharp, Bernie.
Well, thank you. My friend called me Saturday morning and says, we're not open until next week.
22nd,
yeah. We'll see you in an hour.
Oh, there you go.
Woo! Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to grow mine, so this works out just fine.
There you go. Brennan has a different look like every semester, you know.
Yeah, a couple more years, hair will be a lot longer.
Oh, well, I'm glad you didn't see mine. It was pretty long.
Ooh,
Oh, God.
you look like a Q-tip. I even cut his hair.
I was gonna say, Celia, I bet you cut it.
Yes, I did.
She did first. But we got lucky. Barbara called me. Yeah. He's a good friend and family.
Oh, good.
Right.
Is he
All
local?
right.
I could use it myself.
Yeah. Well, yeah, for me, he is. He's about 15 minutes, actually, from my house.
Where are you?
Barnegat.
Oh, Barnegat. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Nice area.
It is.
It's a little
It's
trek
quite
then.
nice. Yep.
Hey, Joe, you can legally have, 25 people in your yard? Why don't you have a jam session?
You think I can really have 25 people in the yard?
It's
that
legal.
true?
Yeah. The governor has approved 25. Actually, he's approved a lot more. I think it's up to 100 and something now.
Yeah, but that's in a park, right?
I don't know. You have a park in your yard, don't you?
Something like that. Yeah, but then I'm going to have to feed everybody, and before long it becomes a big to do.
Yeah.
Well, the missus is pretty good cook. She's a pretty good.
All right, I'll keep that in mind. We'll have to do something like that, maybe at the end of the summer or something. I have to get a little get together.
All right.
All right.
Okay,
So,
who you got next there?
Anybody else in here? Taretha, it's good to see you. I met Taretha when it was one of the first years we had the Jazz Arts Academy. Her son played trombone in the academy, and her son has now gone on, graduated
Montclair State University, dance major.
As a dance major, and now is out there in a professional dance company, touring the world, right?
Yep. Grounded for the past few months, but he's hanging in there. He said hi.
Cool. It's so cool. This goes back a lot of years.
A long time.
A long time. It's so cool to hear from kids that are no longer kids that we've had in the program.
It's 10 years, more than 10 years now.
Exactly. One of the things about jazz and about studying this kind of music is that it opens up your brain in so many different ways. It opens up your outlook on things. It opens up your mind to different ways of looking at things. You're constantly evaluating and calculating and using everything that you have and then some, in terms of you're looking for something that's going to be tasty. You're looking for something that could sound good. You're looking for something that fits in with the rest of the band. So your brain is like constantly on the march to sound good and to sound like you're contributing effectively to whatever musical situation. So what that does is, even if you do not pursue music as a vocation or even an avocation, even if you don't do that, that training has affected your brain and has educated and improved your thinking skills. You know, so you see that over and over again, that someone's studying music and suddenly, you know, they're doing better in math or English. There is a definite correlation to that. And certainly when you see people that are in other fields that are successful, often you will find that they studied music in high school or earlier or later. There was once, I don't know if it's still the case, but IBM Corporation used to make a point on the applications of people looking to work with them, to work for them, to hire people who studied music, to hire musicians. It was you know, they found a correlation between computer science and music. And for many, many, many years, it was their policy to hire musicians. So, like I said, you know, as you study this music, whatever direction your life brings you, you'll always have that as part of you.
Just to elaborate on it, just remember one thing: no matter what happens, music itself is math. It is always math. So if you don't learn math, you're not going to learn music. You're not going to understand it because they are parallel to each other. You got to know it. It's that simple. It is that simple. As far as life is concerned, other jobs and things like that, yeah, we know that math is used in a lot of things, but music is math. Always, always remember that, and it'll get you through.
That's beautiful.
Every time.
That's beautiful. All right, folks. I think if there are no more questions, I think we can call it an evening. It was a wonderful evening. I want to thank everybody for coming. Certainly thank Bernard Purdie for sharing his wisdom and his energy. It's so cool to have, you know, that kind of, you know, they say he has a groove in a band. He's got a groove as a person. You know, it follows through the personality and the music making.
Thank you, Bernard.
Thank
you.
Bernard. Go ahead, Liz.
I just wanted Brandon to say some final words of wisdom to the kids departing for college.
Well, let me think on that. Well, listen, we've been talking for the last several years of your lives about life. I mean, this music is, you can only play your life experiences. That's really what translates. You know, people who are interested in the world, people who are interested in other art forms, people who are interested in math and science, people who are interested in telling stories, people who are interested in carpentry, whatever you're interested in, all of that informs who you are. And so to become a better artist, to become a great musician, you got to live. You know, there's that, you know, time that you must spend in the practice rooms. And those of you all that are going for music, you definitely got to put in your time, keep putting in your time, you know. But that's the part that you know you have to do. The other part that most people don't realize you have to do is you have to live. Most musicians will tell you, you play differently after you become a parent. You play differently after you get married. You play differently after you have significant experiences. This is one of the reasons and gifts of being able to do traveling as we used to do. a C major 7 chord sounds different after you've seen the Grand Canyon. You know, things like that. You have a different context for how music fits into your life if you have more life. So I would just encourage you to get out there and experience as much as you can, you know, legally. Experience as much as you can, you know, and grow yourself, because that's one of the secrets to making more music. You have more experience to play when you get on the bandstand. So, you know, take all the stuff that you learn, be a good person, keep learning, keep growing. We need more. I promise you, we need more good people out there. We need more great musicians out there. And all of you are certainly on the road to becoming the great musicians that we need for the next generation. So keep on going, keep on swinging. And whenever Liz tells you to come up with some wise words, you pull them out of a hat from somewhere.
All of your words are so great, Brandon. I understand.
So there you have it. So yeah, congratulations to everybody. And you know, again, it's been a pleasure to work. We're still here, so whenever you come on back, you know, share your experiences with the next group.
All right.
Thanks, everyone.
Oh, thank you.
I'll hang out for a little bit if anybody wants to hang and chat. But officially, this is a wrap. And congratulations to everyone, and thank you all for coming and sharing.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Always a pleasure, Bernie.
Thank you so much, Bernard. Give Celia a kiss for me.
Oh, yes. All right.
Max. I just saw Max Kaiser there.
Oh, yeah. Hey.
Max. Max was a former student. Where are you?
Wow.
Where are you going to college?
Well, right now I'm going to Marywood University and I'm studying music therapy.
Hot dog.
Yes.
That's great.
Yeah.
You still playing?
Mm-hmm.
Saxophone and clarinet.
Well, not as much now. Now I'm focusing on piano and guitar.
Nice.
Oh, good.
Brandon, you remember Max, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good to see you, Max.
I see the two guitars in the background there.
Yeah.
Wow. This is good. This is really, really good.
Joe, did you ever conduct anything with Bernard in it?
I did. We did a concert actually at the Count Basie Theater with Wycliffe Gordon.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a gas. You had known Wycliffe before too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is so nice, and I really want to thank everybody, you know, for allowing me to be part of this.
It's a good hang.
Yes, it is. It's a very good hang.